Howdy. Howdy, homemade mothers. Captain Jack Marrow here. Back to Anthony.
What is up, homemade muscle builders? In today's video I'll be talking about my current progress in the Wolverine routine. So for those of you who don't know what the Wolverine routine is, it's basically a workout challenge I started doing a few months ago. It's basically my ultimate workout plan, something I've been working a lot on. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of personal self-experimentation, and I've been getting quite some gains with it. So I wanna just share with you what I've been doing lately. This is the last phase of the Wolverine challenge, the superhero home workout I've been working on, which is also turning into a book. And I basically the last phase will be brutal. First of all, keep that in mind. We'll be adding a lot of frequency and intensity, basically everything. It's gonna be brutal. You know, a lot of people told me that how can my body tolerate so much training volume? I don't think till now the training volume was that extreme. If you see like all the sets and reps, they're pretty much balanced, maybe a little bit, tiny bit over the edge for, you know, typical workouts. But you know, basically if you see it from a physiological aspect, you know, if you have proper programming knowledge when it comes to strength training, it's not that extreme, but it will be getting in the next couple of weeks. So the next couple of weeks we'll have a lot of microcycles, meaning I'll be adding like little beats, little pieces of intensity here and frequency there. And I've been already doing this stuff, and man, like I feel really, my body feels really heavy, to be honest. And the funny thing is also that, you know, even though my body feels really heavy, for example in the warm-up I'm just doing some simple push-ups to, you know, get some blood pumped into the muscles and prepare my body, and I'm like, you know, oh damn man, like I'm not gonna make it today. But the funny thing is, once I get really warmed up and I get like in the zone and focus a lot, I get it over, and I even break plateaus. I broke a plateau in one-arm push-ups yesterday, and you know, I can do now 4 sets of 10 one-arm push-ups, perfect form, mind and muscle connection. Mind and muscle connection can improve a little bit in my one-arm push-ups, but you know, as I said in a previous video, you need to increase a little bit of both reps and mind to muscle connection and try to balance them out as you progress. So back to business. The new thing I'll be adding in the Wolverine routine are rest pause sets and drop sets. So what are rest pause sets? Basically you do a set of an exercise. Let's say you do 8 reps of pull-ups, you pause for a brief moment, rest pause sets, and you go at it again. Of course you won't be able to do the same amount of reps, but you know that it's a way to basically squeeze a few more reps into a set with a very small tiny break. So I'll be including a link in the video somewhere here above in a minute, but just to give you a general overview, I'll be adding these in upper body movements, and I'll be basically I won't be adding them in lunges, in walking lunges. So I'm focusing more on frequency and volume when it comes to legs, because in general, from what we know from research, legs respond a lot better to frequency and volume for most people. So upper body, we'll be doing some rest pause sets. I'll be adding these only in the last 2 sets, so you'll be starting with 2 regular sets in most upper body exercises, and you'll be adding another 2 sets with rest pause technique. So basically, you know, what you do is you do 2 normal sets, You do your third set, you pause for 10 seconds. The way I do this is the way I count this. I don't look at my watch, but I take 3 deep breaths. And you know, that charges your body, that gets a lot more oxygen in the muscles and everywhere, and you know, helps you prepare a lot better for those last reps you'll be adding. So once you're done with 3 deep breaths, don't overdo it and faint or whatever. Once you're done with 3 deep breaths, you try to do a few more reps. So for example, if you're doing pull-ups of 8, you'll be usually adding another 2 to 3 reps max. If you're adding a lot more than that, that means you didn't push yourself that hard in the normal set. So you'll be adding about, I would say, you know, around 20 to 30% of your regular set, and that's max, you know. So sometimes it might be like even 1.5 rep in the beginning. When I was doing about 8 reps in one exercise, I just added 1.5. Now I can add like 2.5 to 3. So, and in these reps, you basically go all out. You know, you exert yourself, keep the form good, like 99% perfect, but push yourself a lot. It's okay to go to failure to these. As I said, you know, you can strategically add a lot more volume in a program, a lot more intensity, as long as you do it strategically for small amounts of time, and as long as you've scaled up to that place. You know, you're not like a beginner. I've been doing this for months now. So we'll be adding these rest pause sets. In inverted rows, instead of rest pause sets, I'm adding drop sets, which are pretty much the same thingy. The reason I do this is because I have my elastic bands, and because I've increased my intensity in inverted rows. I could do 15 reps with perfect mind to muscle connection, so I added a band. As you can see in the video over here, you can also check it in the description on Instagram. Go on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I put a lot more training videos over there, since a lot of you asked for training videos. I have like short clips. Make sure you follow me there as well to see also my nutritional stuff, what I eat on a daily basis. So what our drop sets basically is, you do a set, you rest for again a very small time, and you increase the intensity. So what I do is I take my band off, as you can see here, and I kick another few reps in. So that's basically it. After this, this will be done for about 2 weeks, and after this I'll be adding even more frequency. You know, I'm basically at the point where I've added a little bit of more stuff. So I'm a few weeks further along the way. I'm just always trying to test this stuff, you know, before sharing it with you. So the funny thing is that, you know, like I feel really heavy, I feel really tired. I'm just like warming up, just doing my wrist push-ups to get some blood pumped and do some wrist conditioning as my warm-up. And like I feel really heavy, you know, I feel like holy fuck, I'm not gonna be able to pull it off today. And the funny thing is that I go in my sets and I even break plateaus. I broke a one-arm pull-up plateau yesterday. I basically increased my one-arm push-ups. Sorry, I meant a one-arm push-up plateau. I increased my one-arm push-ups in from 8 to 10 reps, which was pretty amazing. I didn't expect that because I was feeling so fatigued and drained from this challenge. And you know, 10 reps, one-arm push-ups, clean form, mind to muscle connection. Pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of myself on that. I want to improve a little bit more on my handstand push-ups. That's sort of my weak spot, I would say. I never trained shoulders a lot in my life, so you know, my shoulders, although they look pretty good, and that's basically mainly thanks to one-arm push-ups, you know, all the stability you get there, and you know, the whole intensity that basically spreads from your chest to your shoulder in one-arm push-ups is amazing. A lot of stabilization required. So if you want great shoulders, as a lot of me have been asking, also make sure you're working on one-arm push-ups. So I think that sums everything up. You can check all the sets, reps, and stuff in this link above here. I should ask Jack to not forget it and edit it in the video later on. You can click in the little button up here. I never remember if it's the left or right side, whatever. There's a little ball, a little gray ball here with an eye. You can click on that and always, you know, check extra additional information I have in my videos. And until next time, keep on training.